The most anticipated show of your week.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Keep It a Buck Podcast.
What's going on, good people? This is the Keep It a Buck Podcast. I am your humble, gracious, and grateful host, DJ Impossible. And as always, sitting across from me is your boy E.
The fat guy.
Yeah.
How's it going, bro?
Man?
How's your week been?
Man, it's busy. When I tell you busy, I've been busy, man.
What you been doing, bro?
Man, I've been working on these videos. I just finished doing a wedding last week.
Oh, Mazel Tov.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, not your wedding.
No,
but
not my wedding, but a wedding.
Okay.
You know.
Well, still Mazel Tov.
For y'all who don't know, I'm a videographer. And I film weddings.
Talk your craft. Talk your craft.
You know, so I do weddings, I do parties, I do concerts, anything that I can do like that.
Quinceañeras?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
That too, definitely. You know, so I've been editing, you know, putting everything together. So, you know, for a lot of people that don't know, it's very difficult to try to work, you know what I'm saying, and do filming at the same time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So what's up? What about you, man? What's going on?
Work, like...
What you got going?
Like no off days. Like, straight, continuous work.
Right.
I'm talking about, like, wake up. Hey, ain't you off today? Nah, I gotta go to work. Oh, okay, but you off on Sunday and Monday, right? Nah, I'm going in. Like, we've been
grinding.
It's been
tough.
It's been absolutely crazy, but it's all gonna be worth it. Everything's gonna be great. Shout out to all the people who go to work every day.
That's right.
Shout out to the people who wish they could go out and go to work today. Like, you know.
Hey, you know what? I was just talking to one of the nurses at the hospital, and you know, we was just talking about getting a job. You know, it's very hard to get a job.
Yeah, I mean, we open up for hiring, and then
everything that you have to, not just the hospital, but I'm talking about like everywhere, anywhere.
Oh, well, yeah, man.
It's hard trying to get a job, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because look at where we are. Ain't no jobs out here, bro.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
because you can't say, okay, I'm gonna go to Chicago and I'm gonna just get a job right there, blah blah blah, or just go to Texas and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get a job there, blah blah blah. Isn't that no?
Yeah, I get
you're gonna have to put it in work to get a job.
Yeah. Well,
and then you can't just do anything. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can get a job, but then you might not be making what you want.
It's not what you like. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. So we gonna talk about a bunch of stuff today. A bunch.
Man, I got some stuff that I want to talk about too, man. I cannot wait to get this started. Well, we already started though.
Yeah, that's it. So this is what we gonna do.
Anything else you want to add to before we start getting into what we gonna talk about today?
Shout out to our first time and last time listeners.
Yeah,
because ain't no telling y'all might just stop listening to it one
like,
day.
Hey, shut that off, man.
Hey, man,
shut it off.
Y'all tripping.
Hey, I'm gonna call the police.
It's like, I'm sorry, I was keeping it a buck.
Hey,
I thought that's what you wanted. That's the name of the show.
Look, listen. Hey, did you listen to the last episode we made? And it was like, no, I'm sorry.
Nah.
I just turned it off.
Like, what episode is it?
Just keeping it a buck.
He's like, what episode is it? What's the name of that show again? Keep it a buck. Oh, so y'all lying. What? Nah, bro, we keeping it a buck. Oh, yeah, nah, y'all lying. Nothing but lies on that show. But anyway, speaking of nothing but lies.
Okay.
The first thing I want to talk about.
Matter of fact, look, we have a couple of topics here.
We do.
Okay, but we just gonna like go through them. We don't have to go, in order.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying?
But since we was already talking about lying, the first thing I want to talk about is that 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine.
Because for one, everyone knew he lied about everything.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a gangster. I'm hardcore. I'm a killer. And now when he on trial, and they said, sir, you're faced with 70 years. He said, nah, bro, I'm telling on everybody. He's like, he said, Cardi B's real name is Carlos. Jim Jones ain't the real Jim Jones. Bro, he's told on so many people. And what's crazier to me is the reaction from it. Because everyone says, snitches get stitches, whatever, all that stuff. No one likes a snitch. And yet people are making memes of him, and it's to a point where you kind of wonder, like, I understand that people don't like the fact that he snitched, but since he's so global and all these memes are coming out, it's like he's making it okay for him. People are still saying, oh, he's gonna get people are still saying he's gonna get hurt, or some people think that somebody's got a hit out for him, which, I mean, it could be. Right. But my theory has always been, if he can come out with anything, any music, any show, anything, and the government says it's okay for him to be able to do it, he's gonna pop bigger now than he did before.
Okay, so what's your theory?
So my theory is this: his age group or a group of people that listens to him, the majority of them are younger kids who don't know anything about that life, just like he didn't know anything about that life going in. So my thing is, if he continues to make music and talk about, yeah, I snitched and they can't do nothing to me, they just gonna think he hard, or way harder than he really is, but still. And he's gonna pop more. And even the people who don't like him, if he drops an album tomorrow or a track tomorrow, everybody's gonna listen to it, because they want to know, okay, so you mean to tell me he lied his way through his career? Now he's on trial. He's faced all this. He's helping all these other people go to jail or prison, whatever. Now he done came out with a track after he done snitched. What is he talking about? And now everybody's listening. And those are streams, which turns into revenue, which turns into money in his pocket. Whether he gonna get to spend it or not, that's still doing nothing but helping his brand.
Right.
So that's my theory. I don't think that they'll let him do it, because they were talking about putting him in witness protection, but then he went out today and said he don't want witness protection. He said that he just gonna have 24/7 security. That's what he said.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So my next question is, how much money are you willing to pay for your security when you know that the majority of the world is out to get you?
I'm surprised that the majority of the world,
the majority of your world, the music world, the people who you done told on, their people, all the people affiliated with all the people you've talked about. How much is enough for me to risk my life to save yours?
Well, I like I said, I don't know too much of details about the case. But I just think 6ix9ine, mixed the him being an artist in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's two different things. You can't mix those two. You can't be you can't be an artist and still do the street thing. I mean, you can. But
he can't.
Well, according to him, he can. But to me, I think it's some, at some point you have to stop.
If you look back before all this started, he was like, "Oh, I'm surrounded by shooters. All I got to do is get a word."
Yeah, and
he never himself said that he did anything.
Right.
Which was the first indication.
The only thing that I kind of liked it about him was his backstory. Was his story about his dad coming from nothing and and making it big. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But when he went back to Mexico and Puerto Rico and helped a whole bunch of people there, right. And I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But if the money you're giving them is this so-called dirty money or whatever, all this money that you should not have, I get it, give back, but this is a completely different thing than I'm taking from the rich and giving to the poor. That's completely different because you're on trial.
Honestly,
you're on trial for racketeering.
Honestly, I never seen him as a gangster.
No, of course
I
not.
never seen him as a.
I mean, he hung out with a whole bunch of people who supposedly were people who, according to him, told him they was gonna kill him. Were doing things with his baby mama. Told him that if he didn't do what they said, they knew where his grandma lived and all this other stuff. So he was the victim apparently. But at the end of the day, like if you know what you agreed to. You agreed to do this. They said, hey, we all know you ain't this. But we know that this sells. We gonna put you in the forefront. We gonna make all this money. They taking all the money. And giving him so much so it looked like he's balling. With the rainbow cars and the grills and the chains. Yeah, that's cool. But as soon as you drive that car off the lot or you walk out of that store with whatever you just bought, it depreciates immediately. And they still spread money amongst themselves. Now you like, oh man, I ain't going to jail. I'm not even really into this. Now I'm finna tell on everybody.
Right.
I'm like,
I mean, listen.
And
the streets
code. People ain't gonna like this.
Streets code is nothing to play with. It's a
really
very serious thing. You know, so like I say, I only see him as an artist. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at him like he was some gangster. Just because you say you repping blood or repping crib, it doesn't. No. That doesn't make you a gangster. You know what I'm saying? So I just think
for the people who don't listen to him, or even the people who do listen to him, he was basically an internet troll, to be honest.
Right.
But he was saying things like derogatory words, like using the N-word all the time, which he's Puerto Rican or Hispanic or something. Mm-hmm. And no one had a problem with it. People who had a problem with it didn't say nothing.
Right.
Because they were on the albums with them. Right. And they were just like, okay, whatever, it's his song, he say what he wants to. But it's okay for y'all for him to get rid of these little bitty things that are already against the code.
Right.
And now, he telling them folks, no, that's too much. Come on, bro. If you let the little stuff slide, he's just gonna keep going. And everybody knows that's a fact. If you give them an inch, they take a mile. That's always been the saying. You gave him an inch. Oh, well, I'm gonna let him act like this because he making us money. Oh, I'm gonna let him say this because he making us money. Oh, I'm gonna let him do this because he making us money. And now y'all done made the money. He ain't made no money. He realized y'all ain't really with him. Now it's too far. Oh, bro, I can't believe he told on us. What do you mean? You just said you didn't. He's not one of you. He's not finna sit in jail for 70 plus years for something that he had no part in. That y'all told him we gonna kill you if you don't do it. No. Y'all surprised he's not? Man, get out of here. As soon as y'all picked him up, y'all should have knew.
Did he get sentenced already?
I think they said 70 years, but he's been giving up so much information. I think it's going down. I mean, when I say on the memes, he's telling on everyone.
Yeah.
They asked him a question, and Jim Jones's name got put in it. Now, I saw the video. I read the report. He did not say Jim Jones's name. They brought that in.
Yeah. That's what.
And he just answered the question.
It just like
whether that's a snitch or not, that's up to y'all's whatever.
Yeah, just like the Cardi B situation.
He never said her name.
He never said her name.
He said that people that she's affiliated with are, and then her response was, "No, I'm not this. I'm this." She told on herself.
Yeah, but Cardi B been open about
But people
what
are
she
saying,
affiliated
but
with.
people are saying, "Oh, he snitched on her." No,
he
he
didn't
said the
snitch
people
on her.
that she's affiliated are these people, and then she went on record on Twitter and said, "Nah, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't say it. This is what I am." That's you telling on yourself.
What I understood was that he was comparing.
They were talking
his
about
lifestyle.
the tattoos and stuff like that, depending on the clothes and tattoos.
What he was
and
trying
whatever.
to do was to get. He was trying to get credibility or credit from the streets. Mm-hmm. So he was just using Cardi as an example on how she got it on.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was affiliated with so and so and
You
so
see what
and
I'm
so.
saying?
He said, "Nah, I wasn't affiliated with them. I'm this." Like, okay, well, you didn't have to say nothing at all.
Right.
Because he didn't say, "Oh, Cardi is this." He just said, "Well, the people she was with was this."
Right.
Because the reason he knows is because I was with them same people.
Yeah. But going back to
But when you say someone's name, or when they say someone's name and you answer the question, now you snitching.
yeah, going back to him being released.
Oh no, he ain't released. They still going.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be released. I'm saying like if he get released, I don't think he'll be able to make any more records. And I think
that the government will tell him for his own safety.
for his own safety, he really
He
has to
shouldn't.
get into something like a witness protection plan. Because
But you have to, and I might be wrong about this.
Because ain't no way in the
if you're
world.
in witness protection and the trial is still going, then they're gonna protect you and do whatever. But I don't think you have to take it. I might be wrong on that.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's not the first time I've been wrong about something. But I don't think he has to take, because he himself said if it's up to him, he's not taking it. He's just gonna get security. He said that. I read that on there was a TMZ thing. There was it was on CNN News and all that. He said that.
Right.
I don't want witness protection. I'm still gonna do me.
Yeah, but see, I this is what I don't understand. Why would you want to do that?
Because he's thinking, oh, I'm just gonna leave the country
So
or something.
do you really think that, after snitching on everybody that you did, you're gonna be walking the streets with
He's a
couple of
kid, bro.
security?
He's a kid. He
Yeah,
don't know.
He don't get it, man. You know,
Like, all of this is still a game to him until
I think he's just ignorant about it.
until all of this is over with. Whatever they give him, once he actually goes and starts whatever they give him, it's gonna click.
It's gonna hit him.
And he gonna be like, "Oh man!" Once you get locked up with all the people that you said was your
Yeah.
boys and whatever, and then, nah.
Yeah, and I don't want kids, out there. If there's kids, listening or anything,
This ain't cool.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
And neither is what they said about him, his family, his baby moms, whatever. Like, all of this whole situation is just nasty.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
just-
a very, very nasty situation.
It's serious. This is serious.
And
we talking about people.
yeah,
Then going to jail and people got shot and
like
people got murdered.
lots of people's lives are
Yeah.
being drastically changed
Yeah.
over something that we, the people, allowed to happen. We knew that this shouldn't have happened, but we fed into it. We fed into the machine. The machine kept feeding us out stuff.
That's right.
And that's it. And now all these people, and the only outlet they have is, oh, well, he shouldn't have said nothing. Even if he wouldn't have said nothing, somebody would have said something. Come on now. And these people who say that they wouldn't have, I don't think he would have, bro. Yeah, yeah. Because most of the ones that was with him, who supposedly are really bros,
Right.
nah, I don't see none of them. I see one of them taking the rap, and that's because he ain't said nothing. As soon as they gave him his sentence was like 13 years off top before anything else happened. He just said, "Hey, that's my boy. I ride with him."
Wow.
Out of everybody, everybody else is talking about, well, if I see him, I'm gonna kill him. That's not the right thing to say in the situation, because now according to that means that you are capable and have probably done it before. You're in deeper.
But you know,
You're in deeper.
another thing, you know, all these things that happen, you know, all these things that everybody's talking about in court, you know, according to them, they was already tapped.
Yeah.
You
Jim
know
Jones rappers have been saying my phone is tapped for a long time.
Yeah.
Drake got a verse talking about he keep hearing clicking on the iPhone. Yeah, they are listening to everything.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me let the music die out. They are listening to everything. In case you do not know. All the social media and stuff that we own.
This is funny because we about to go to that into that subject.
All the
now.
social media and stuff that we own, all of this stuff, all the analytics that we are literally giving up for free. They're looking at all of this.
Yeah. Well, and not just social media. It's also like every app that you have on your
anything.
phone. Because the other day, I was looking into something on Amazon, and then I saw
an ad popped up on Facebook or something.
On Facebook, you know, advertising the same thing that I was looking at.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I said out loud back when I had my other car. I said out loud, man, I need to go ahead and just break down and get me a new car.
Yeah.
Every type of cars.com, car guru. I was like, okay, bro, I get it. I'm finna get a new car. I understand. Yeah, like, show me the Carfax. But I'm like, bro, I get it. I'm getting a new car. I understand. They are listening.
By the way, shout outs for DJ Impossible getting a new car, man.
Hey, yeah. I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to do something, you know.
He wasn't supposed to get a bomb, but you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know, it's bomb. My car is bomb.
It's the bomb.
It is. But no, it's crazy because I didn't want to. At first, I was like, nah, I'm going to tough it out.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes it's necessary
but then I had to. I ain't had no choice.
Yeah, man.
I went and got in it one day and it told me, like, I put the key in and it basically said, nah, bro, we done.
Yeah, we done.
And I was like, okay. I was like, nah, it's cool. It's just because it's kind of warm out here. I put it back in and he said, ooh, I'm weak.
You been wanted to say that.
My car told me he was weak, so I had to go ahead and do it. But
anyway, but going back to this social media thing, you know, like what is the social media in reality? That's the question.
To me, okay. Before I give my thing, I was reading online. It was they're trying to pass. It's in one state. I think it's in Wyoming or somewhere.
Okay,
but they were trying to pass a law where if you are posting things on your social media or whatever, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to post on, if you're posting things that on there you balling, everything's good, but then you in your reality you not, they're trying to treat it as if it's like fraudulent behavior.
That's funny,
right? And like falsifying a police report. Like, oh yeah, on the gram, you're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I got all this stacks of money, blah 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 blah, and then you take that picture, and then after you get done posting that picture, you go ahead and you take that money, you go pay your bills with it like you was supposed to do.
Exactly.
But then they gonna be like, nah, you was flexing all this money. Where that money at? How did you get this money? You ain't got no job because you living in these low income apartments,
right? But
you was posting this money. Where that money come from? How much you pay on rent? Oh, I don't pay rent because I live over here in the section so and so. Oh, you don't make no money. But on your Instagram right here, you know, and that's holding people accountable. Which, yeah, I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, the life of you know, social media is an illusion for yourself. I mean, for them, for some people, you know what I'm saying?
It's an escape. It's an escape for people. I feel like the people who are like classified as geeks, depending on like on my Instagram, I have videos of like different drum corps and bands where it's acceptable. Like you go to this page and you don't have to worry about them saying, "Are you a band geek?" Because everyone on that page on that page because they all understand, oh, music is this to me, and this is what it does,
right.
and it's good for that reason. But then you have the other people who are showing you this other type of lifestyle and flexing on the gram, air quote. But then you get to them in their real life and they're suffering with depression and they're suicidal and they don't know what to do with themselves. And you have to take the good with the bad though, because if you're looking at everything as a whole, social media is the glorified reality that we all wish we had. Like, you can be whoever you want on social media.
That's true.
But in your reality, supposedly, you
It's
can't.
not you.
But my question isn't what's the difference. My question is, why can you do it on there? If you can create that illusion for that, why can't you just create that reality? If you want to be able to flex your money, put yourself in a situation where you can flex money. Don't give yourself. Matthew McConaughey said his hero is himself in 10 years because he's always going to be a day, 10 years, a week, whatever. He's always going to be chasing that goal. Okay, put yourself in that same situation. Okay, I want to be able to say I can go in a store and buy whatever I want. Okay, how do I get there? How do I get the money to buy whatever I want? I have to go to work. Okay, well, I know if I work this many hours, I can afford this. If I work this many hours, I can afford this. Instead of me going out and instead of everybody having this, I love Friday, Saturday mentality and hate Monday. You should love Monday like you love every other day of the week. Because if you go in on Monday thinking, oh man, I hate Mondays, man, it's going to be slow, but of course it's going to be, because you're speaking it into existence. But as soon as Friday or Thursday hit, ooh, I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow payday, we going to get paid, we going to go out to the club, blah, blah. You doing all this extra stuff. If you go in on Monday with that same attitude, bro, your whole life is going to change.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the social media. If you flex as hard in your reality with what you actually have as you do with this fake stuff you have on social media, your life is going to change. But you have to take out the negativity. You can't surround yourself with negative things and expect a positive outcome.
Here's another thing. It's not just the posting the material things. Mm-hmm. It's also posting your status, the way you feel on that day or on that week, if you post weekly or every day. You know what I'm saying? Because it depends on what you're saying, on what your status is. Mm-hmm. If you're saying, oh, I'm living my best life. Let's just say that. I'm living my best life.
Mm-hmm. What is your best life?
Yeah, well, you're not really living your best life. In reality, you
don't know what you finna do.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. Or you might be depressed, or you might be, whatever it is. Yeah. It's not reality. And that's the whole point. Social media versus reality. That's the point. It's not real.
If you want to go a step farther and say there are so many ways that you yourself. Oh man, I was gonna sound like my dad. Okay, so anyway,
shout out to your dad.
Shout out to my dad
for listening to this.
In the Bible, and I hate to get super Bible and churchy. I hate it because some people don't like it. But hey, keep it a buck. Whatever, this is who I am. In the Bible, we have dominion over everything. Okay. He made us in His image, which means that whatever He can do, we can do. Correct? So if you want it, you can get it. Stop living in this world where you think you're handicapped, because you're not.
No.
You're not handicapped.
It's a
And
mentality.
if you are handicapped, you put that handicap on yourself.
It's a mental thing.
Because how many times did people say something bad about you, and then you yourself know that that's not true, and it don't bother you. But as soon as you believe what they say, then it starts to bug you.
That's right.
Like, oh, one of your ears is bigger than the other one. Man, get out of here. They don't mean nothing. Oh man, you too fat. Man, I think I am too fat. I need to go to the gym. You didn't think that before that. That's on you. Like your mental is what determines your outcome. If you say one day you're gonna wake up and you not gonna eat chocolate no more, and you put your mind saying I'm not eating chocolate, and in some random way chocolate gets reintroduced to you, it's still on you to get the chocolate and eat it. Ain't nobody gonna be like, hey bro, eat this chocolate and put it in your mouth.
Right.
And even if they do,
you'll have to accept
you
it.
Gotta accept it. You still gotta swallow it. You can spit it out. Everything is on you. So when people tell me, oh man, I hate this, and people are always doing this, and people, it's always people, and people are this, and people are that. Nah, it's you.
I mean,
start with you.
I mean, that's everybody, trying to blame people, trying to blame others for
them,
for your issues.
For them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your reality. Fix it. If you don't like it, fix it. People are, oh man, I can't do this, and I can't do that. Why can't you? Do you have the ability? Well, I mean, yeah. Do you have the time to do it? No, I don't really have time. If you want it, you make time for it. It's on you. Everything is on you. So if you take half of the time it took you to put that perfect selfie out, you done took 12 and a half pictures. You're like, oh, I'm gonna add this filter. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this on here. Okay, cool. That's nice. Now you got one good picture that you just posted. You just wasted all that time for one picture when you could have been out taking multiple pictures of other things. If photography is your thing, if you look at things from a different angle instead of just looking at them straight on, like, oh, well, this isn't working anymore, then change. Like, tilt your head, squint one of your eyes, do something. Because, I mean, it's not going to fix itself. You have to fix it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's on you. I just kind of did it go. I went on a rant about that.
Yeah.
Because it bugs me when people do that, man. Like, it's on, everything is on you. No one here.
Nobody's forcing you to post.
And it's not anyone's job to save you.
Right.
It's on you. Like, we don't live in the comic book world. Like, if you jump off a bridge, there's no Superman who's gonna swoop in and grab you. No,
right.
That's not how life works. It's up to you. If you know you're gonna jump off the ledge, then you jumping off the ledge. It's not you and your problems, because your problem's still gonna be here when you're gone. You gotta fix it.
That's right.
But anyway, enough about that.
Social media versus reality. Let us know what y'all think about that in the comments.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good. I can't wait to read those comments.
Well,
what's your favorite social media to get on?
My favorite one would be Facebook, I guess.
The book face.
Facebook, because it's more friendly to me. I mean, you can see family. Because most of the time, that's why I get on there. Just see family photos and, my family members, just having a good time.
I'm glad you just
stuff
said
like
that. So, to go on with my little rant, even family will take you away from where you're supposed to be.
That's right.
They're not exempt. Trust me. If you're doing better than what they think you should be doing, they may not realize it, but things start clicking. Oh no, I don't mess with them like that no more. There was a picture I saw of Ronald McDonald and and Grimace, Hamburglar, the McNuggets, the little duck girl. I can't think of her name, but anyway, there was a picture of all of them from when they started, and then the picture of McDonald's now, and it's just Ronald.
Yeah.
And it literally the picture said, oh man, the picture said, just because they with you in the beginning, no matter who they are, they may not be where you are because that's not where they need to be.
Yeah, man, I remember when they used to advertise that, and all of them used to be, you know, in the Happy Meals and you know, for kids
on the
and stuff like
commercials.
That. Commercials and
Yeah, but now it's different.
like it's just Ronald McDonald.
Yeah,
He didn't
Because
fired everybody.
he grew out of that stage. Everybody is here. Yeah, that's cool, but I don't need all y'all.
Yeah.
As things grow, things mature, things start to break apart. And it's not always a bad thing. People always want to hold on to it. Like, no, man, that's been my friend for years. Okay, well, we'll really look at it. If that was your real friend, then why is it when they need you, you're always there, but when you need them, they're nowhere near?
Right.
Did it stop?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
It's still going.
It might have just been my mic. But anyway, yeah. Before I forget, we are live right now. I'm reading everybody's comments. Thank you, Leo, Jim, Edna, Kelsey. I'm reading what y'all are saying. It just will take a minute. Yeah, sometimes it takes me a minute to catch up. I'm seeing what everybody's saying. Yeah, they're talking about their Facebook is their things, Instagram, TikTok. Somebody said, how you take half a selfie? Because it said 12 and a half selfies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different lifestyle when you're on social media.
It really is.
It's a whole different lifestyle.
Well, no, not really. Because if you real, you real.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that everybody on social media is fake, but there's like a percentage that's like just lies. I mean, oh look, let me post this for the gram, or oh look, let me do this on Snapchat, or you know, stuff like that, so they can think I got this. It's like fake it till you make it type thing.
If you choose to do it that way.
I mean,
there are a lot of people who, like, I follow. Gary V's one of them. He posts things where he helps people who are in a funk, who are like, how do I do this, or how do I get to this level? This is where I am now. Am I doing things the right way? How did you do this? Like, and he's listening to, and it don't matter who it is. Not even just like rich people. It's like people call on his phone number, and he just sits a camera down, and he does the call, and he's just like, oh no, you do this. This is how you do this. This is how I did it. It may not work for you. And he's like, what are you doing? And instead of him just hearing it to respond, he goes deep into it, and he's like, well, okay, what's your Instagram? What's your Facebook? And then he has people. He's like, yeah, pull that up. And he looks. He goes deep dive. And he's like, oh well, this is what you were doing 2 weeks ago, and you got a whole bunch of hits on it. What happened to that? Oh well, I felt like that wasn't his. No, like you're going past because you're not seeing the numbers or the things that you want to see out of it, so you think it doesn't work. Well, if you do it once, then people are not going to be like, oh, where is it at? So I look at stuff like that, and I'm like, these are ways that you do things correctly using social media, as opposed to, oh, I'm finna, I just bought the new Jordans. I'm gonna take 17 pictures of these Jordans. Okay, we get it. They're shoes, bruh. Like, it's okay. Like, you bought those shoes for $250, or you had a connection and you got it for like $140. Ooh, that's so dope. And then after them shoes are so called out of style, when they back at Goodwill or or Burlington Coat Factory, I'm gonna get them same shoes for $40. Like, let's get off of that. That means nothing. You're spending $250 on something that is designed to get dirty. That means nothing. Instead of using that money to do this, you can use that money to invest in something that you actually believe in. But it's all about the image.
Yeah.
And it's not because everyone thinks that, because there are a lot of people who don't. But it's so reinforced by, oh, we want everyone to just give us their money. We're not gonna put forward the stuff that they need to know. We're gonna put forward the stuff that we want them to know. We get all these analytics. Okay, they really like this, but we don't want them to like this. I'm gonna put a cake video in instead of that post. I'm gonna put a cake video, or a skit about who knows what, to get you to click on that. And now you're on this long. You ever look at Facebook and you watch a video, and then the video ends, but it has the little timer. It says next video starts.
For the next video to start.
And then it automatically goes to the next thing, and that catches your attention.
Yeah.
And then you forget what you was really looking at.
Right.
And then when you go back, you're like, what was I doing?
Exactly.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
But then
take your mind off it.
And then you'll be listening to something that's really great. And then the next video has nothing to do with what you just listened to.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. You be listening to some really deep conversations about politics or whatever, and then you be like, man, that's crazy. I never thought of it that way. Next video up is a slap compilation. They ain't got nothing to do with what I was just looking at.
Right.
But it's on you to go back and look at something else like this.
Yeah. And that's what I want people to understand, that you have the power. Mm-hmm. When you're on social media, you have the power for what you're looking at.
Oh yeah.
You can choose whether not to see it, block it, whatever you want to do to it. But it's up to you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Politics, we gotta get to it.
Politics, definitely.
We gotta get to it. They're finally doing it, huh? They're finally trying to impeach Donald Trump.
You know, before we start talking about that, I wanted to save that segment for a new guest.
Okay.
But we still gonna talk about.
We can touch it. We ain't gotta.
We're gonna touch a little bit of it, you know, and see what you guys think.
I mean, he's.
I mean, first of all, let me just say this.
He's the fourth president.
Let me just say this.
To get impeached.
Let me just say this. Why now? Why so late? Because my understanding is that he already violated.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he already done so many. What's the word? Impeachable
acts.
Acts.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna tell you what happens. Well, I can't say that. I'm gonna tell you from my perspective what happened. This is okay. First things first. Keeping it a buck. This is coming from someone who did not vote at all.
We keep it a buck.
This last election, I did not vote at all, which is why in these political things I don't say anything, because I didn't vote. I can't be like, man, if they'd had because I didn't do my part. Now that's out of the way. Listening to the debates back when they were starting, it was he seemed to be very for and of the people. And what I mean by that is he was saying things that we the people were saying. And we had that relatability with him. People liked Bernie. People liked Hillary. People liked a lot of different people, like Jeb, all them people. But when it came down to it, he didn't hold his tongue to nobody. He said what he was gonna say, and that's just kind of what it was. And no one was expecting him to get up there and just be like, nah, I don't believe that. Nope. That ain't valid. Whatever. Nah, I don't want to talk about it. I ain't got to talk about it. No one's ever really heard that way. And then when he was saying things, whether it made sense or not, they were like, man, I done said that. He sound like me. And they liked it to the point where they were like, we gonna give him a shot. Cause he's not a politician. He's not one of those people who goes to office and lies.
Right.
He doesn't lie. He's not one of those people who lies and says, I'm gonna do all this stuff and then get in there and not do none of it. He's not one of them. He's one of us. He's just a regular person.
Right.
Then he got in. First thing he did when he got in there was fire half the people that was there. And they were shocked. And I don't know why.
The people got him in.
I don't understand why people were shocked when he started firing people, because he's literally famous for saying you're fired.
Yeah.
But that's
he's known for firing people.
But that's beside the point. Anyway, so now once they realize, oh, that's why we don't run. Because we don't know.
Okay, stop it right there. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this because I just thought about it. When you say firing people, mm-hmm. to me personally, I think that he was firing people because they wasn't doing what he wanted them to do.
Or they could have stopped him.
You see what I'm saying?
From doing what he wanted.
So.
And they were Obama people. A lot of them were Obama people.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that the reason why you fired these people is because they wasn't doing what you wanted them to do.
Of course. First thing he did, he was like, "Oh, y'all was with Obama. You gone."
I mean, you're talking about people that been working there for years.
He was like, "Y'all were with Obama. Y'all are gone.
Yeah.
Now this is my plan. This is what I want to do." Man, that kind of sounds stupid.
I mean, to me, that was like personal.
And as soon as he heard, "Oh, they don't want to do what I want to do. They're gonna try to stop me." Nah, y'all gotta go too. I'm putting more of us in there. People who just gonna be like, "Oh, well, he's really doing something."
Right.
And it worked for a minute. Then he started doing his random tweets where he was like, "Oh, well, people are liars and blah blah blah," and then contradicting himself in tweets, being best friends with Putin, and then Putin wanting nothing to do with him, and no one knew what was really going on there.
Yeah, I think the
immediately
the relationships that he had with other presidents,
they started breaking down.
I mean,
talking about nuke. Oh, well, if you ain't with it, we just gonna nuke you. Wait a minute, bro. Like, come on.
I just didn't understand that part, man. Like,
and now the things that people are noticing from both parties, they're like, okay, we kind of messed up. We need to fix this. But I have a theory about this as well. My theory is, so like I said earlier, he's he became the fourth U.S. president to be subject to an official impeachment inquiry. The only other presidents who went under that were Andrew Johnson, Richard Nixon, and Bill Clinton. Now, I'm about to before I say this, I'm about to fact check myself, because I don't want to say this incorrectly. Give me 1 second.
Well, while you're looking for that, I just want to say that they waited too long. I mean, even though it could happen, they waited too long. You see how many things he done, and nobody say anything about it. Everybody was trying to give him a chance, and look where we at now.
Hold on, let me see.
How you gonna try to build a Trump Tower in the UK?
Well, I mean, because that's what he does. He's
just
in the
listen
he's
to
in
when
the
you
real
ever
estate.
heard of another president, a president of the United States, trying to build personal business in some other country where it doesn't have anything to do, it won't benefit the United States. Hello?
Okay.
building a Trump
Well,
Tower.
but he's
in the
he's
UK.
He's that guy. He does real estate. That's what he does. He's still thinking for, okay, I know I'm the president. I have all this
That's
power.
violating
whatever.
the code, man.
Of course it is, but at the same time,
It's just like Tekashi violated the street code. It's the same thing.
but who
you
gonna say
violating
something? But who gonna say something? Who gonna stop him?
They might not stop Tekashi mouth. You know what I'm
But
saying?
not
But-
him.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Trump,
who gonna stop him?
somebody got to stop him.
Who gonna step up and be like, hey, bro, you can't do that. Oh, you right. I can't do that. You fired.
Half of Congress it belongs to the Republicans,
Yeah, and they don't like him either.
but they don't say anything.
No. Nope. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them. It don't matter to them. You know he not supposed to do that, right? It don't matter. Whatever. He's president. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut so I don't get fired. Yeah, he don't care. He didn't care. He's the president. He's the
I just
president,
think
and he's
people
still
forgot.
thinking.
I
He's still
think-
thinking about. Okay, this is for me. He's not thinking.
Yeah,
what's
I gotta
best
get this.
for us.
Yeah, he's being selfish.
That's it.
But still, that's violating already. You know.
But they didn't care. So I did my fact check.
Okay, go ahead.
So out of the three before, Andrew Johnson was the first one. He got impeached. He was the first one to get impeached. He did not run for a second presidential term. Out of the other,
Are you allowed?
Richard Nixon went 2 terms. He was impeached. Bill Clinton, he went 2 terms. He was impeached. Y'all can impeach him if you want to, but y'all probably still gonna vote for him again. It's that's history. The only reason that Andrew Johnson didn't is because he chose not to run for his second term. That is the only reason. Just like Tekashi, there are still people out there, no matter what they say to you in public, in their heart of hearts, they still mess with this dude. Yeah, you get an impeachment, that means you get a little asterisk beside your name. But you can still go 2 terms. Because it's happened.
It just reminded me of the NFL. When Colin Kaepernick was protesting, nobody from the NFL backed him up. So if he get impeached,
Does it really matter?
it doesn't really matter then.
Oh man, we impeached him. We impeached him. Okay, so whenever they do the second time, the next election,
The next election,
and his name is still on the ballot,
everybody gonna vote for him.
they could. I'm just
gonna say this. I'm not saying this because of the racist things that he's been saying, or the wall that he's trying to build, or that he's still building. What else? The banning people from coming back in the United States. People that's legal.
Yeah. Let me see something real quick. I need to read this. So it says if it's a 2/3 majority of the vote, that's in Parliament, but whatever. If they are found guilty, then they are removed from power. So
they removed from power, but you can still finish a term.
I'm about to.
Is that what it is?
I'm about to see. Because this is the most important part. So this is what I literally typed. If you are impeached, can you run for office? Again, that's what I wrote. And the first thing that popped up said, Congress should remove Trump from office, but let him run again in 2020. And look, you can see it. First thing that pops up.
Man, I don't want to talk about Trump no more, man.
Look.
Man, I'm telling you, he got all this stuff already controlled, man.
Look.
It just remind me of him, tweeting that.
Bro, look, I'm reading what it says. I Googled it. That's what it says.
I heard y'all trying to impeach me. Oh man.
Does that make sense now? Or am I just tripping?
Why would you try to let this impeached president try to run again? Come on, man. Anyway, folks, I just want to say this: go out there
and while
vote.
while the whole thing is going on, they're still in office. It don't matter.
Educate yourself on whoever you voted for.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
Just don't feel like I'm just gonna vote for this person because I feel like this person is gonna do good, or I like what this person is saying. No, educate yourself.
Yeah,
educate yourself on the people that that you're gonna vote for.
And I'm gonna say it again: if all y'all can go out there and get them chicken sandwiches,
if y'all make that long line at Popeyes, you can do the same thing at the voting post.
Whether that's presidential, legislative, city council, whatever, superintendent.
Just act like there's a chicken sandwich for every voter out there.
Because come on now. Oh,
Popeyes can do that.
It's brought to my attention, and I want to clarify this. A lot of the people who went and did that, a lot of those people could have been felons and are not allowed to vote. And I do agree that that could be true. But at the same time, all of y'all ain't.
That's right.
All of y'all are not. And the fact that I know that all of y'all ain't, the majority of y'all that aren't didn't vote either. So, there is that. But 2020, oh yeah. Somebody get my vote. I didn't do it this last time. And I know I should have. But I saw this coming a long time ago. I said they're gonna vote him in. They're gonna realize this is a mistake. They're gonna try to get him out towards the end. Even if they do get him out, he probably gonna run again and he gonna win. I saw it, and I was like, well, what's the point? Is what my mentality, and that's not a good mentality.
The only thing that bothers me is that people, and I'm not telling. And when I say I don't want to talk about Trump anymore, because I really don't. I really don't have anything else to say.
Oh no.
Because I'm not gonna make any change. I'm not gonna try to, do anything to trying to, what I want to say, trying to stop anybody from voting whoever they want to vote. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying, nobody cares. That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares. You don't care. Whoever's listening to this, you don't care. You don't vote for whoever you want. The only thing I'm saying is educate yourself on who you're voting.
So to get away from that, NFL news. Seasons are looking very interesting. All these quarterback situations. People getting hurt, backups coming in, whatever. These backup quarterbacks are doing a really good job. I will say that so far. I would also like to say, I told y'all Antonio Brown had either one or two things he was going to do. He was going to either be a Randy Moss or he was going to be a Chad Ochocinco. And I am correct, but I'm also wrong. Chad Ochocinco is the one he picked. He played one. First of all, Patriots don't need no help as it is. Let's just get that out the way. Second, you sure enough didn't need no help with Antonio Brown playing to beat the Miami Dolphins, because they garbage. Let's just get that out the way. He played one game, instantly released. Now he's basically saying he didn't retire from the NFL. What are your thoughts
on Antonio Brown?
Yeah,
Mr. Antonio Brown. Man, I just wish that he would have stayed with the Raiders.
He a clown.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a clown. People gave him a lot of credit.
I think it's a mental thing, man.
No, he a clown. People gave he a bum. Back to that segment from way back when. He a bum. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you why. If he would have waited one extra day before he left the Raiders, he would have had a guaranteed $30 million. He didn't do that. He's like, nah, I'm free. Made the little video talking about I'm free, running out and doing cartwheels and all that, whatever, because he got out of the contract.
Which is crazy. Okay, go ahead.
Then he gets almost immediately picked up by the Patriots. And the trial for all his whatever is still going on.
Right. Everyone's
like, whoa. That means the organization knows things that we don't know. Maybe he's going to get away. They throw a celebration. Oh, we got him. He's great. He plays his one game.
We finally got him.
He plays his one game. Does a pretty good job. Because, I mean, he is great at his job. And then they let him go. Huh? What? Why? Why would you do that?
Well, according to the news, another woman that he was dealing with came out and accused him of rape.
Really?
Was it rape?
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention to it because I knew what was going to happen. I knew he was going to be there. I knew it. I really wanted him to be the genius that everyone thought that he was.
Anybody who don't care about the opportunities that he was getting at the time, is something wrong with him.
I didn't even care about it. I didn't care about it. No. The way he left the Steelers, I was upset with him.
You said that if he would have waited one more day, he would have got 30-something million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Anybody who does that, it's something wrong.
Something wrong with what?
Something wrong with him.
For waiting?
No, something wrong
for not waiting. Well, see, this is how I feel about it. I didn't like how he left the Steelers, and then how he went back on all of his so-called homeboys. He went back on them and backstabbed them. I didn't.
Right,
like
he say something about the coach. He say something about the players.
I didn't like that at all.
Okay, so that's really like that's foul.
That's strike one. Then when you get there to Oakland, and then for you to act crazy, not even step foot on their field, and act that crazy, just so you can get out of that contract that you worked hard to get in the first place.
Right.
For you to not even get the money that you fought for, and then to act clowning because they finally let you out of the agreement. That's strike two. Now you go to the Patriots. Great team, don't need you.
Right.
Ain't never needed you. Everybody's so excited, like, oh man, he's gonna be great. Everything's gonna go. I automatically knew strike three was coming. I was like, because you gotta be Randy Moss said it. He said you have to know football to be able to play for Belichick. He said those plays are very complex, and if you don't know it, bye. No nonsense. When you there, no nonsense. Period. Like, the most nonsense you could do is, okay, Gronk got a little too drunk and was acting crazy at a club. All right, that's enough. That's it. Not none of this extra stuff. You play your one game, or you get your contract, then you play your one game, and then almost the next day, all right, bro, bye. If you can't work with come on, bro. If you can't work with the Patriots.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what do you think is wrong with him then? Why is he doing all that? Why?
He a clown, bro.
Okay,
he a clown.
It's a clown, but give me a little more of it. Like what
do I
else?
think is wrong with him?
Yeah, what you think is wrong with him? Because there's something got to be wrong.
He has Odell Beckham Jr. syndrome, but worse. Odell came out to that game and he had that 30 whatever, however much that watch he had on was.
Right, I saw that.
Don't nobody care about you styling and profile. You ain't Ric Flair, bro.
Right. You
still got to play football. And then in that game, y'all got whooped.
And y'all still got to win.
So, to me, AB has that at all times. Not just on the field. He's that. Attention is always on me. I don't care where I am. I don't care who I'm with. It's always about me. He's got that. I don't know when it started. Ain't no doubt in my mind he great. He's a great player. But you still got to be a player. You got to play to be great. Because you can't just be a great player and then stop and then that's it. Like, no, you have to be a great player on and off of the court.
You can be a great player, but you also have to be a good human being.
You ain't even got to be a good human being.
Yes, you do. Because you have allegations from all these women that's coming up.
You don't have to be a good human being, but you got to be smart enough to not do that. You automatically know, okay, I am who I am. You should know that because you're proud of it. Anything you do, anything. If you walking down the street and somebody says, "Hey, AB, I want an autograph," man, get out of here, bro. That could turn into he said hate speech to me. And even if you didn't, even if there's video evidence, because of how you act and how you hold yourself, they gonna believe them anytime.
It's just like that football player. I don't know who it was. I saw a video where he
walked smooth past that kid.
That kid asked him for an autograph,
and he just walked on by him.
No, he said, "Hey man, you got the wrong hat on. You got the wrong jersey on."
Yeah, and but he never stopped moving. He just kept going.
Yeah, why would you do that,
bro?
That's disrespectful.
And I get it, but at the same time, that does kind of goes on us as people too. We have to realize those are still people. I'm gonna get on us first. We go up to these superstars, these athletes, these
singers, whatever
anybody who's supposedly larger than life. We forget that they're still people.
Right.
They may not be in the mood to be dealing with whatever you got going on, because we the first thing people say is, "Hey, look, I don't mean to be a bother, but you bothering me." So we need to stop. We need to be able to assess the situation first. Don't jump out in front of folks and be like, "Hey, I ain't never gonna see you again. Sign my stuff." Bruh, I don't feel like signing your stuff every time I see you. Yeah. But if they say no, then they're a bad person. Now, us out of the way. You should know yourself as the superstar who's always under the microscope. You should automatically know whether you're in that mood or not. If you don't do it, you gotta go ahead and go with that. You could have said, "Hey man, not right now," or anything, or you could have just did it and been done with it.
Yeah,
but because you chose to do whatever, now you gotta deal with the repercussions.
I just feel like
what happens after.
he didn't want to be bothered with it, and his excuse was, "Oh, you got the wrong jersey on."
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah,
but that still makes you look bad. It makes you look bad,
even if it was a joke or whatever.
It still made him look bad.
It makes you look bad because one, that was a kid. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. You could have grabbed when he jumped out and said, "Hey, can I have your autograph?" or whatever. You could have grabbed it then, kept stride, signed your name, and then gave it back to him, and would have never stopped.
Would have kept going.
But like I said, it's on us too. We have to remember that these are still people, because we hold them to a different standard, and they sign up for that whether they know it or not. They sign up for all of that stuff. As soon as they sign the dotted line, they sign up for it.
Yeah.
But before we can get,
but I think you could have gave him an autograph.
Man, could have.
Come on, man. Just imagine, Beyonce, just walking down the aisle and little girls, be like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" "Oh no, you have the wrong shoes on, or you have the wrong dress on, or whatever, man."
They can do it though. They can.
Or Jennifer Lopez and what's her name? What's that lady name, man? I'm trying to say.
What lady? You talking about the two people who gonna do the halftime show in Miami?
Yeah.
Talking about Shakira?
Ole, ole, ole.
Home tonight and my hips don't lie. Yeah, huh? Yeah. That's... I'm not. First of all,
a friend of mine was reading the
let's keep it a buck
tweet. What was it? I don't know what social media it was.
It's on Twitter. Twitter. That's where I saw it.
Yeah, it was talking about. Do you know who's gonna do the halftime show?
That's
the Super Bowl.
That's breaking news. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira will be the halftime performers for Super Bowl, whatever number that is. LIV. I don't know. Looking at it, I don't know. In Miami, other performers also expected to be added, but a Miami flavor for Miami's next Super Bowl. Okay, so I just said the word Miami in that 3 or 4 times. This is my thing. For one, Miami ain't nowhere near in the picture for the Super Bowl. Nowhere near. But it's still early. But nowhere near. How horrible would it be? And I'm not saying that this is going to be a bad Super Bowl performance. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, how bad would it be if Miami shows up to their own field at the Super Bowl?
Okay.
With this, how bad of a taste? I'm trying to think how I want to ask this. Okay, here it is. How bad of a taste is Miami going to have on the world of football this year? Is what I'm trying to ask. The team is horrible. Somebody said on SportsCenter the other day that they're the number 1 team in college football right now. That's how horrible they are in the NFL. They're the last place for them, but first place for college. I was like, that's crazy. Because honestly, I think that Alabama and LSU and them could probably beat them right now. But anyway, how horrible of a taste is Miami gonna have for everybody? Their team's bad. Basketball, I'm not sure who they all picked up or whatever, because I hadn't been paying attention to basketball as much yet. But if the Super Bowl is bad, from the performance in the Super Bowl halftime to the game itself to weather, whatever, how horrible would that be for Miami's morale? And why would you have a Super Bowl down there right now? I mean, I know Super Bowl ain't now, but still, why would you plan that for there? Or how do they pick the locations is, I guess, a better question.
I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with having a Super Bowl in Miami.
No, because that's a party place. It'll turn up.
I mean, I feel bad for the team. I mean, it's not doing well right now, but
because even all the money that they make there is probably going to go more.
But if you
the majority of it's
but
going to go to that
notice,
team.
I don't know if it's a NFL curse, but anytime you have the Super Bowl in your city, that team from that city doesn't make it to the Super Bowl.
That's very true. Whenever you have a Super Bowl in a place, like when they had it in Atlanta at the Falcons Stadium, or when they had it at
wait
wherever.
a minute, yeah, they did have it in Atlanta, but the Falcons didn't go to
well,
Atlanta.
no. But my thing is, does the money from the stadium go to that team, to their team? Or is it just a big pot and then they?
I think it's just a big pot. Yeah,
because I mean that would be a good thing for
because
Miami because they would make more money and be able to afford better players and so on and so forth. That'd be great for them
because the team already get paid for what they doing.
Well, yeah,
and,
but I'm talking about towards the next year
and the revenue that they receive from like the
they probably get a percentage.
The people they probably just
which I mean that'll still be good for like recruiting purposes and whatnot.
And then it depends on who owns the stadium.
Yeah. Something to look into. Yeah, that's something to look into. It's
I don't know if it's a curse or what.
It could be.
But
other news.
Jennifer Lopez. I think she would give you a great show. Maybe not good singing, but a good show.
It'll be very.
Not trying to sound like a hater.
It'll be live. It'll be live. And for them too, they gonna dance.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of movement.
It's gonna be a show.
But
I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
Myself, I don't really feel like listening to Jenny from the Block at halftime. To be honest, and I don't care what nobody say. They gonna do it.
Now I can see Jennifer just bringing like other artists and stuff like.
I guarantee you, Pitbull gonna be there. I guarantee you can't be in Miami and not have.
Listen.
You can't have
you
that.
Cannot. Yeah,
he going. Even if it's just for like even if he just pops up and just goes Dolly.
if you just trying to have a party, man, that's it right there.
I honestly, and I'm gonna sound like a huge hater, I would much rather have a Pitbull, all Pitbull halftime than this one. They could show up out there and like dance to one of his songs because it'd be great. That would be amazing. If it was his show,
but some of the
and I'm not being sexist. I promise. Like I love both of them. I love their music.
From Jennifer Lopez, Pitbull is on.
Yeah, because it's a club thing. I'm not trying to be a sexist person or anything because I think it could be a good show because they sell out their concerts. I'm not saying they're not.
I mean, good. Jennifer.
I'm just saying.
And then Shakira.
Let's be very honest. A lot of people don't even know what Shakira is saying.
You'd be surprised.
With it being in Miami, I know it'll be lit because it's a cornucopia of people. Yes,
right.
But I'm talking about for everyone who's watching, like the demographic of Caucasian people watching it. They're not going to be super crazy about Shakira, someone who's probably going to be singing a lot of stuff in Spanish and they don't know what she's saying. A lot of guys are going to be like, oh man, J-Lo, she thick. Shakira, she thick. We don't care what they singing about. Okay, yeah, but if you look at it as a whole, you'd be like, what? They're going for the turn up, the party, the dancing, and the Latin feel, and everything's gonna be good in that, but not for everybody. Like the Atlanta show wasn't good for everyone because they had Atlanta rappers. Like I didn't really like it. They had Maroon 5. They had Big Boy showed up. They had Travis Scott, and I didn't really like it. I mean, and I like Maroon 5. I like Big Boy. I like Travis Scott, but I didn't like the halftime show. The last one that I really, really enjoyed, besides JT, because he's JT, was Lady Gaga. Because she started up at the top of the stadium and she jumped off. She was letting you know this is going to be crazy. She went and did something on this stage and then went to another stage and did something and then slowed it down and picked it back up. And everybody was involved and it was a good show. A lot of people didn't like it because they don't like Lady Gaga, but it was a good show.
I mean, I believe that they're going to have a good show too.
I believe it's going to be a good show,
It's gonna be a good
I don't
show.
think that people are going to understand
What they're trying to do.
what they're trying to do.
Because maybe
It makes perfect sense if you look at it like, oh, Miami, Latin feel, everybody's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
into
what you
it.
have to look
Club dancing, everything's gonna be great. That part looks
Yeah.
great, but when you watch it, you can be like, yeah, but they could have picked anybody. They picked somebody who speaks Spanish in a lot of her music, and a lot of us don't speak Spanish. And then they
Right.
pick J-Lo because it's J-Lo.
Right.
They can be like, what new music does Shakira have out? Don't nobody know. What new music does...
So is Jay-Z have something to do with this?
I don't know. I didn't see anything that it said that. All I kept seeing was they were going to do the halftime show, but it didn't say that he had anything to do with it. Because of course it's about Pepsi, but J-Lo said going to set the world on fire her at Shakira. Shakira said it doesn't get any bigger than this. So excited about getting on that stage at J-Lo. Everybody's just talking about most exciting thing about the J-Lo Shakira halftime show is the collaborative single that's definitely already in the works. So they're working on a song together. And then J-Lo just got that new movie Hustlers that's coming out.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be dope.
I wouldn't doubt it if they bring. Well, no, I would doubt it because Colin Kaepernick don't have his job back. But if he did, I wouldn't doubt that Cardi B would be a part of it because she's Dominican or Puerto Rican or something. And I mean, it would work. It would work. Like the song "I Like It Like That." That's got a Latin feel to it. They could do that, and of course they gonna just dance to it. So I could see it.
Yeah, but I think Cardi and Jennifer they do have a collab.
I think they. Jennifer Lopez has a lot of collabs with a lot of people.
Yeah,
she
she
stuff
does.
with Iggy Azalea.
She got one with her Cardi.
Yeah.
But I doubt it if Cardi show up though.
I don't think she's gonna show up.
I
either.
see Pitbull more than Cardi.
Oh yeah, Pitbull gonna be there. He might open the show.
Yeah, he might be the
Pitbull
one.
gonna be like, "It's Mr. 305 worldwide, Dolly," and then he's just gonna disappear. He's just gonna disappear into the crowd, and they're gonna be like, "Wait, I thought J-Lo." Oh, there they go. But yeah, that's dope. So, let me ask you, what are we? Since we're on music and performances and stuff, what shows are you watching? What kind of music are you listening to? Like, what you got going on?
At this moment, I'm listening to a lot of instrumentals.
Okay.
Like different producers, just kind of like trying to get inspired. But you know what's really inspiring me? Like this new show is called The Wu-Tang, an American
the Wu-Tang story,
American
it's
Saga.
loosely based on.
man.
Yeah.
That's fire right now.
I haven't watched it.
It's
A lot of
fire.
people at work have been talking about that. They've been talking about Snowfall, talking about what's that other show?
Stranger Things.
The End of Power.
Have you seen the Stranger Things? All those
Have
shows,
I?
man.
I've seen a few episodes. I haven't been into it.
Man, but that Wu-Tang, man, you gotta look at it, man.
I haven't looked into anything really. But a lot of people have been talking about.
Yeah,
it
it's
saying
just
good.
basically them showing the way they.
But a lot of that stuff ain't real though. They did say that. They said that all of them was like beefing or something, trying to kill each other or something, and that's not how
that's
they
what
really.
that's what they look like.
Yeah, they said, but
right
they said
now.
that's not how it really happened. I was like, it's one of those like, oh, this is how it started, but it's not real, but it's real. It's one of those, and I'm like, I don't really know if I want to watch that. But I mean, everybody says it's good.
No, it's good though. It's good though, because the what I really like about it is like when you find out who is who.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That'd be dope.
I mean, for example, you know, ODB, you know what I'm saying? He basically, you know him from,
as soon as
as soon as you see somebody that's,
you be like, that's you.
That's him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'll probably catch up on it then. I've been listening to a lot of music here lately. I've been listening to some PJ Morton. He's got a song that I've been listening to called "Say So." It's him and JoJo, and not Casey and JoJo. It's JoJo, the girl who sings. She was a little girl when she sang this. It was a little too late. That JoJo.
Okay.
And man, they are tearing it up.
Okay.
New Jadena album, I rock with it. Man, that opener is dope. That's the one I played for you that day.
Yeah.
That's a nice opener. And then his I think it's called 85 to Africa. That's the next song on it, the title track. And that, I mean, he don't hold nothing back on that album. It's got an African feel on it. He goes back to his roots. He's really breaking away from just being known as Classic Man.
Yeah.
And I can respect it because everybody sees him and they're like, oh, Classic Man. He's like, yeah, now that I got your attention with that, listen to what I'm telling you. Like, I'm telling you real things. And I love it. I was watching his interview with the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about it, and they were like, he said that he ended up getting evicted because of some kind of crazy, like he had a lease and they were paying this dude the lease, and he said he hated to say it, but it was a black guy that they were paying the lease to, and he wasn't paying his mortgage. The guy wasn't paying his mortgage, and then they ended up getting like told, hey, I got 24 hours to get out, because he never said nothing to them. They got all their stuff, and then instead of just going hotel to hotel, they just jumped on a plane and went to Africa. Literally went to Africa because everybody was in that mindset saying, y'all need to just go back to Africa. So he was like, okay. So they went to Africa, started going and going around to all the different places, going to like slave holding places, and just going in there and experiencing that, and then the culture back, like I said, back to his roots. And he said it was so empowering to do that he said that no matter if you're black, white, whatever, if you want to feel inspired, go to Africa, because apparently, I mean, we all started in Africa is what everyone says. So you go there, and he said no matter what you are, you'll feel something. So I thought that was really cool, and you could feel that in this album.
Yeah.
So I really like it.
Anything else? What you got?
Oh, David Banner's got a podcast out.
Cool.
Yeah, I listened to his first 2 episodes today. I like it.
Yeah,
like
he's powerful, man.
I like his.
He's you know,
I think he just put his latest one out Sunday, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, I'm gonna let everybody know now. Some of these podcasts that I listen to, of course, they're newer people and they don't hold back their words. I mean, they are vulgar. We try not to be on ours, but I try not to let that take away what
from
they're
what you're
saying.
trying to say.
Yeah, just because you don't like how they say it, but listen to what they're saying. You know.
Yeah, I think it makes a difference, though.
It's
a difference because
I think that's how I feel like I'm getting older, and I'm starting to mature more, because even my music taste, I'm starting to stray away from. Like, it used to not bother me as much because I was a younger dude, and I was just like, okay, whatever, they just saying what they want to. But now I'm in that realm of saying, like if I hear it, I'm like, hey, bro, why are you so aggressive? Like, what's wrong with you? And it's not always like that, but it just, when you hear it out of the blue, it kind of
catch you off guard.
It catches you off guard, and then you be like, and then you start listening to, okay, how much are they cursing? Like, instead of listening to what they're actually saying.
Right.
So you kind of have to take yourself out of it.
But you know, sometimes, you know, when you're listening to something like that and they use a lot of profanity, it's a little.
It's too much sometimes.
It don't make you want to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
a lot, and I'm in that realm where if what you're saying is being overpowered by the way you're saying it, I'm not gonna listen to it.
I'm not gonna listen to it either,
because a lot the Summer Revolt thing with Killer Mike, T.I., whole bunch of people, they were up there, and he made his statement. Killer Mike made his statement. He said a few things that were vulgar, but he didn't let that take away from what he said. He's like, we've tried to say it this way, y'all don't listen to it. So when I come down to your level and you understand what I'm saying,
yeah.
He said, but you can't be this way when you're talking to these people.
That's
if
right.
you really want change, you have to change yourself in order to be able to. And I was like, man, that's some deep stuff. You can't go at somebody else who's not like this, and expect the same thing to happen.
But you also cannot speak to people on your podcast any type of way using profanity to get to your point. You can't do that.
You can, but I think, me personally, I think it'll hinder it.
Yeah, like me, I prefer not to use profanity on my show.
And that goes out to a lot of people who I really want us to talk to as guests. I tell them, hey, listen to our show, and they're like, hey man, I love your show, and blah blah blah. I'm like, now I need you to know, I need you to notice, we don't talk like this. Like, if you gonna be on, you gotta not do that.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to come correct, because if you come any other way, now you're stunting the growth of something that was going well.
That's right.
Because of what you're doing, and because we have the power, like I was talking about earlier, to control this reality. Yeah,
this is what we control.
We have to decide whether, okay, nah, you're not finna be a part of this. If you can't say what you need to say without saying or going over a certain level, then we gonna wait on you until you can figure it out. Or you can tell me, and then I'll say it. But nah.
Yeah.
Control your reality. Make sure that you protect what's yours.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as far as like getting emotional and, you know, and trying to make a point from the emotional perspective, you know, just still watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? We don't hold back. We keep it a buck.
We keep it a buck,
but we don't use profanity to get to the point. You know, we say what we need to say.
And a lot of our viewers and listeners, they really appreciate the fact that we don't have to do that.
Yeah, we don't have
to get our point across.
You know, we're not gonna say what you want to hear. Sometimes
that's the point.
You know, we're gonna say what we feel,
and sometimes we just play devil's advocate just because the other side doesn't get as much light.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I say things that I'm like, I don't believe this is exactly how I feel about it, but it's just me and you, and if it's just I agree with you on everything you say, then that's just kind of going to get boring. So I try to think, okay, well, what about this? What about this? And I try to add that element in because it's just us at this moment.
Right.
But as we start to bring more people in and get different opinions on different topics, then it's gonna become more cohesive. For instead of me having to stretch and think how they think, the thought will just come out. And then I'll be able to go, oh, well, now I can do this. Because I wouldn't have thought of that because that's not how I feel about it, you know?
And then another thing, our goal is to make it to where we finish this season strong.
Oh yeah.
And we might not be able to bring the guests until the next season, but we just want to make sure that everybody that listen to the podcast know that we are trying our best to create something positive here, and trying to make you understand that this is the way we feel. We want y'all to give us y'all opinions, and so we can improve, and we can improve our audio. You know what I'm saying? Because that's very important to me, and to keep listening, to keep
Oh yeah, don't
supporting.
stop listening. If you stop listening, you gonna miss them.
You know what I'm saying? And
we-
we're gonna
'cause
continue
we
talking about the controversy that's out there. We're gonna
yeah.
keep talking about what people doing right, what people doing wrong, and we're gonna continue talking about the imperfections that we all have.
I think next show, one of the things I want to talk about is we're going to do a deep dive into our psyche about how we should handle certain things and why we don't do it now. Or that's one thing. Or another thing is we're here now. We've experienced all this stuff to get here. Where do we go from here, and how do we get there? I think that'll be a very interesting thing to just sit down and write notes and compare notes back and forth to say, okay, so this is where we are. Where do you see this show going? And then you give me your notes, and then you ask me, and then I give you the notes to see how close we are.
To see if we're on the same page.
To each other, and then okay, cool. We both agree that we should do this, and that helps build up on everything that way. But before we leave this episode, you had an announcement that you said you wanted to make on this show.
Right, I do. So like I was saying, we create this show to not just talk about the things that's going out there in the world or the stupidity that people do out there or whatever, but we also are here to be an example of what is being a good person is, and also I keep saying too much. Well, I'm trying to get to what I'm trying to say.
You said it again. I was like, yeah, good quality content, people.
I just want to get to it. You know what I'm saying? I want to create something big.
Okay.
I want to create something that is going to get the majority of men, or just men, period. I have this idea that if we all get together and we all get in this, be in the same room, we can talk about, we can talk to each other, we can answer each other's questions, we can encourage each other, we can do good things, give advice to people who need it, to people who that they've been using drugs for years, or being alcoholics for years, or all type of different backgrounds, different race. I want to create something big that's gonna make everybody, maybe not, well, yeah, to continue to help the foundation to change or to make a change. So I decided to to get a location to put, make flyers and do the advertisement to have this gathering for all men, and I'm gonna call it Men Brotherhood. And the reason why I'm calling it that is because I want to make sure that everybody that comes to this event, they understand that this is for us to encourage each other, to guide each other, to walk the right path. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working on it right now. It's not, I'm not, I have a location, I have the time, I have the dates, and now I'm just like trying to recruit more people to help me create this event. So that's coming up pretty soon.
I like it.
And I'm just talking about, it could be anybody from different backgrounds, like I said, pastors, preachers, lawyers, doctors, nurses, anybody who do anything, whatever they do, to come to this.
That'd be nice.
And not just to listen to someone preach, but also to ask questions. You will have the chance to ask a question on how you feel about certain things. Like, for example, like the injustices going on out there, the police policy, different things that bothers you, or that bothers bothers your community. You know what I'm saying? Or affects the community. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes.
I like it. Before we leave, there was a video that I saw on Instagram. I was gonna play the clip of it, but it's got some. At first I have to find it, but anyway, there was a woman who asked a question, and this is gonna be a recurring thing. I'm gonna find one thing that we're not gonna talk about on this show, on this episode, or the episode that you're hearing currently, and then I'm going to end it with this, and that'll be the first thing we pick up on the next episode. So she was trying to figure out what to get her significant other for their birthday, or just giving them a gift. And so she took to Twitter, Instagram, and asked what should she get. And a lot of the people were saying sexual favors, cologne, and that's about it. Like, usually it was something sexual, or the two times it was cologne. And she said something that I thought was very interesting. She said, how do we as women expect men to be more vulnerable, to be more open, to be more, not necessarily submissive, but more willing to let other people in if we're treating them this way? If they do what they have to do for their significant other, like, oh, I get her a purse, or I buy her flowers, or this, that, and the other, and then all we do is give them sexual favors or whatever, how does that make them feel? We'll never know. So my question is, how do we as men show, or not even that, how do we as men get to a point where we're vulnerable enough or open enough to allow ourselves to not have to be
the tough guy?
Well, yeah, but how do we get to a point where, like, women, not all women, but women like flowers, candy, perfume, stuff like that. Right. And when you ask a guy, he'd be like, I don't know, Madden. Like, how do we get to a point in ourselves to where we can let you know ourselves what we like. Because a lot of times it is where they say, oh, well, just your time is enough. But what if that's not that's not enough for them?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. How do we get to that point where we let them into the point where it's
is that a question for the next episode, or that's just a question for us right now?
It'll be a question for the next episode. How do we as men open up to the point where we're giving as much as we're receiving on that front or on any front? Because women are emotional creatures, as men say,
right?
And they're all emotion, and they give.
I think we all emotional.
They give you depth. Like if you ask them, "Oh, how was your day?" They can give you 17 emotions, and then something with everything. And then you ask a guy, "Oh, how was your day?" It was like, how do we break down that wall? That's my question. How do we as men break down that?
Well, better
barrier?
yet, before I answer your question on the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
My question on top of your question after, or your on my question after your question will be this one. When did all of this started with us being born as men to find out or just to educate ourselves on what a woman likes. A woman like to receive. You know what I'm saying? Like the flowers, the rings, the going out, the walking in the park and this and that and all this stuff. You know, how we became that. You know what I'm saying? Because now it feels like we just like if you have a girlfriend or you have a wife, you
kind of just go through the motions. Like
it's like now
this is what I've always done.
This is what I do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when that started? I mean, did it started from generations back before, or is just started? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so it goes to your questions also. You know what I'm saying? Like what about us?
When did chivalry start, and what does it actually mean?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for a wife, you can't forget your anniversary. You got to get your wife something for her anniversary. For your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? You have to get something for Valentine's Day. You know? And even though, Valentine's Day, you receive something from her also, but I never, like, for example, me personally, I never thought about me. I always thought about you. Like, what I have to get you. And when you ask me, like, okay, well, what do you want?
You said that, and I'm just gonna.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna answer that because I have to. I'm gonna ask this.
My question or your? Or
why is it? Why is it that whenever you think about Valentine's Day, why do we go all out?
Why do we go all out? Be more
specific. Why do we go all out on Valentine's Day, like as men for their women or whoever? Why
go all out? Meaning like what?
Like buy the cards and the candy and the flower. Why do we do that? Why?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same. It goes back to what?
Why do we do it that day? Because this is why I ask. Any other day, y'all act like that's too much. But on Valentine's Day, this is a holiday. I have to do. No.
You have to give me flowers. Or you have to give me candy.
Not them demanding. it's in our head like, oh, it's Valentine's Day.
I gotta get her something.
I need to get something.
Right.
Oh, or why can't it just be, oh, it's Monday, I'm gonna get her some flowers. Oh, it's Tuesday, I know she likes this Hershey's chocolate.
Okay, let me just say
Why do we have to put something with it?
Let me just start with this. Besides the meaning of the actual day, Valentine's, okay? We created this somehow, some way, don't know when this started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do this all the time. We got to get her flowers. We got to get her candy. We got to do this and that. Okay. Now, we do this. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, we take and do most of the stuff that we do on Valentine's every day. We might not bring flowers to you every day, but might not bring candies to you every day. But we do a lot of things, or I should say a lot of acts that shows
we should
the appreciation and we show the love that we have for our significant other.
We should. That doesn't happen.
No.
It can't happen because divorce rate's too high. Because relationships don't work out. Because, man, woman, whoever, we do everything we can to get them, to get that person we want. And then once we get them, we stop. That's incorrect. We're supposed to get them, do what we can to get them. Continue doing that and more. It's like saying, I'm gonna save all this money to buy a car. Now you have a car. Cool, I bought this car.
But you don't stop saving. I see what you're saying.
But you still have to spend money on that car.
Right.
You got to put gas on it. You have to make sure you get your routine checkups. You need to put oil. But people just buy the car and say, okay, now I got a car. That's it.
Yeah, but you don't stop.
You can't. But if you can't do it with that, you can't do it with a relationship.
Well, I think people get into relationships because, without knowing.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We talked about that, of course. But, without having the foundation, without knowing anything about the person, that happens a lot, too. Yeah. Because, it's cuffing season. Like, no.
Yeah, but the question is, why you stop pursuing your significant other at a certain point.
Which goes back to why I asked, why does it take it being Valentine's Day for you to do something nice?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Why do you have to say, oh, it's your birthday, that's why I did this? Oh, it's Valentine's Day, that's why I did this. Oh, it's Christmas, that's why I did. Why can't you just do it?
Do it when it's not a holiday like that.
Because they'll appreciate it if it's a holiday, yeah. But if you just pick a random Monday and do something like that, it means way more, because that means that you took the time out of your day to think about that person for a moment. Mm-hmm. And you did something that probably up until that point, no one else has ever done.
Right.
That shows you're still interested. You're still in the pursuit of happiness with that person.
Yeah, it goes to this, when you have years of being in a relationship, you grow in different in its levels to this. It's levels to marriage, it's levels to just dating and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's levels. So, I mean, for a couple that's been together for a long time, it could be something traditional, and sometimes it won't be, because sometimes they don't get each other anything. They just enjoy the company. They're just
Which,
enjoying.
and yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you
Because
said that.
they so used to doing it every day. They
Yeah.
love each other every day.
yeah.
You know?
They find different things to love about each
Yeah.
other every day, and I'm glad you
Like I
said
said-
that, because it doesn't take you buying them things or anything like that, because a lot of times people are so into, oh, I'm gonna get you this, I'm gonna get you this, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get you this,
I
I'm gonna
think-
buy you this brand new watch, and forget that they don't care about the watch, they care about the time.
Yeah, I just think it's for people. It's for people who haven't got to that level yet.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like
can
for
agree with
example,
that.
there's a level of jealousy. And when I say that,
Is that healthy in a relationship? Jealousy?
jealousy in a relationship is levels to it. When you first start dating a person, you know, you don't want that person to talk to you only. You want that person to talk to you only. You want that person to look at you and give you the attention for you, to you only.
Ooh, man, that just. Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? So let me
Wait.
finish this.
Hold on, because we finna get into something right there. Hold
Yeah.
on, we can't do this. We
Why?
gotta stop. We gotta stop
Because
because what you just said.
I'm about to get into
Yeah,
it.
and that will be on here for another hour and a half because I was finna. Hey,
I mean, look, we're on an hour and almost what 30 minutes. We can do another 30 minutes. But let me finish this real
okay,
quick.
because of what you just said, I was talking about this the other day,
Yeah.
and where you're going,
Uh-huh.
it ties in. So go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm saying is levels to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like for example, when you first meet the person, you don't want nobody to talk to the person. You want that
Mm-hmm.
person to give you all the attention, all the love, and everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you grow together, you start learning that, you know, you start trusting this person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say you go to a dance or something. You know, that at that moment, you know, you might have like maybe like 2 years already into the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So somebody come to your woman or your man and they ask them to dance or whatever, you won't get as jealous or you won't get jealous as much because you're on a different level with that person. You learn to trust that person and know that that person is not going to do anything that's not loyal. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you move on to the next 3 or 4 years, you know, it's a whole different level. You won't get jealous anymore.
That's
Because
how
you
that's
trust
how it
that
should
person.
be.
Yeah, I mean, that's
in a perfect world. That's right. What I was thinking is, I was at work the other night, and we were talking about relationships, and I kept hearing people say, "Well, if I'm in a committed relationship," and as soon as I heard them say it, it like something poked me, and I was like, "What was that?" But I didn't say nothing. I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then somebody, nah, but if I'm in a committed relationship, I was like, hey, what is that? What is that? Something ain't right. And it was that word that they put in front of the
Committed.
word relationship. What is that even? What even is that? What is a committed relationship? They was like, oh man, that means that I'm with you and I ain't with nobody else but you. That's a relationship. That's what that is.
yeah,
What are you talking about?
because committed is already
They're
in
like,
the relationship.
well, no, that means that I'm committed with you. Okay, so what is a relationship? I mean, if I'm in a relationship, I mean, I'm with you, but like if I'm not with you, I'm single, but I'm with you. Nah, that ain't what that is.
No,
You single. If you were in a relationship, you were in a relationship. Like, you don't walk up to somebody and say, hey, this is my girlfriend, but on the weekends I go over to so-and-so house.
right.
That's not how that works. Because as soon as you say that, she gonna look at you like, oh, you go over to who house? You know what I'm saying? So whenever people say, oh, I'm in a committed relationship, instantly I don't believe them. No, you're not. Because if you was in a committed relationship, so-called, you wouldn't have had to tell me that. I would know.
Right, because once you're in a relationship,
If you are in a relationship, you committed.
yeah, you already
Point blank.
that word is already included in the relationship.
That's if you have to put another word in front of something else to make it mean something
Then
else,
something's wrong.
come on, what are
Yeah.
y'all doing? Committed relations? No, you can't be. Another thing that I hate hearing is, I have kids, they are my life. You shouldn't have to tell me that. You should not have to tell me that. All you have to say is, "Oh, I've got 2 kids," or "I've got a daughter," or whatever. You shouldn't have to say, "That's my life. It's them or nothing. I'm not gonna pick you over." You shouldn't have to tell me that.
Can I stop you there? Okay, let me just add this to what I think that people are they not realizing that they are being you know how, like, for example, you want to show a presentation, right? Real quick. You want to show a presentation and you want people to like that presentation, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say you go in a room, in the meeting room, you want to show the presentation, but before you show the presentation, you start talking about
You're upselling it.
What you did wrong, or oh, this might not have a good quality picture, but this is the reason why I did this, and this is the reason why I did that. So okay, so that
instead of letting the product speak for itself, you're speaking for it.
So going back to what you're saying, when she said, "Oh, I have kids and they my life." Okay, so that they are my life. That statement right there to me, it comes from a place where she's trying to tell you, oh, this is what I want you to see that my kids are very important to me and this and that. But you don't have to do that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
because
you
can
should
just
never say that.
I have kids. If you have kids, automatically we already know
Automatically,
that
this is what y'all should say. If it's anything different, I have kids, but they don't matter. That's what you should say. Or I have kids, they don't live with me, or something of that. Like you shouldn't tell me.
Now, if
I'm not gonna pick you over my kids.
But if somebody telling you, hey, look,
yeah, I hope
you
not.
don't take care of your kids, then you can say that. Look, I have kids and they are my life. You know what I'm saying? That's saying like, hey, I take care of my kids. They're important to me.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that.
But you shouldn't have to say it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You shouldn't say, I drive a car every day.
Okay, like
I also put gas in it. Yeah, no crap. You drive the car, you put gas in it.
Another example.
Like, I get it. If you have something, and if you take the time to say you have it, I'm assuming automatically that you do what you need to do to have the upkeep, to make sure that it's in tip-top shape.
Right.
If you didn't, you wouldn't have even said it. I mean, to me, if I'm talking to you like, hey, we're going to go on a date, blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, I'm sorry, I keep canceling on you. It's just, I'm a single mom or whatever. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
get that.
I just
But you
think-
shouldn't say, oh, I'm a single mom, but my kids are my life. And all you had to say was you're a single mom. I get it.
Yeah, I just think that we all do it sometimes.
Oh, yeah, we do it. Yeah, I do it.
Yeah, I think that the reason why we do that is because we want to get a validation,
Yeah.
from us having that from us perceiving that person is already thinking that we need to what I'm trying to say, we worry about what the other person is thinking, so we come up and say things like that
because I'm guilty
to
of
get
it.
a validation to say, oh well, yeah.
I tell people, like, especially if they don't know me or my kids, if I'm telling you about my kids, I automatically tell them I have a daughter, I have a son, and then I go into detail about it. And it's in my head mainly because in this day, like, I have an all-white daughter. She's not my daughter, but she's my daughter. And I have a mixed son.
Okay.
Automatically, when I say, oh, I've got 2 kids, me being a black man, you think, oh, I got 2 baby mamas. No, I don't have 2 baby mamas. I have 1 baby mama. I have 2 children. One's white, one's mixed. Because if I say, oh, I got 2 kids and I send you a picture, or you see me out with my kids, you gonna be like, you do realize that's a whole white baby.
Right.
So in order to not deal with that, I do go ahead and say, this is why this is like this. I shouldn't have to, but
Because it's nobody's business.
but I feel like because of how we are, I should say that. But I never once have said, oh, I got 2 kids, they one white, one black, I got 1 baby mama, they my life. I ain't never had no. I just be like, look, I got 2 kids. I got a daughter and a son. And then if they were like, oh, okay, can I see your kids? Yeah, sure, no problem. That's a whole white baby. Then I say, oh,
the reason
this
why.
is this.
Yeah.
I don't lead with, I got a white daughter. I got a mixed son. No. I don't never say that. Because I don't have to.
Yeah.
All you need to know is I got kids. And clearly, if I tell you I have kids, I care about my kids.
That's right. You don't have to prove any points to nobody.
But
it goes back to what we talked about a long time ago. I think it was like episode 2 or 3, something like that, when I was telling you about working in the hospital. You know, I deal with patients. So when patients, you know, when I talk to patients, the first thing they do is like trying to tell you like a whole story on the reason why they there.
Yes.
But I don't think they do it because they want to start conversation. I don't think they do it because they want to show me that they, you know, that this is what they're going through. I just think they do it because, you know, maybe some worry about what you're gonna think about them. You see what I'm saying? Or what you think about them.
I don't look like I belong here. Let me
Exactly.
explain why I'm here.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Yeah.
But it's okay, single parents. We get it.
Yeah.
You don't have to say that's my life. Okay, now because then I start seeing that a lot, and I'll be like, are they really?
Yeah. You keep saying that. Oh, my children.
My kids are my life. Okay, there was this one little kid who said Chipotle is his life. That don't mean nothing. Like that means nothing. You shouldn't have to say that. So stuff like that is kind of aggravating to a point where like, okay, we get it.
It's like you worrying about what people gonna think,
And don't worry about it.
Or you have low self-esteem.
Hey, look, know your worth, add your tax.
Yeah.
But be real with yourself. I told y'all, I made a Facebook status about it. If you worth a Louis bag, be a Louis bag. If you worth a McChicken sandwich, be a McChicken sandwich. Be you.
Yeah.
That's cool I'm cool with you being you.
Because everybody has problems. Everybody
eventually,
have issues. Everybody have mental issues. Everybody have
if you 100 with yourself, that's all that
abusive
matters.
husband, abusive wife, abusive girlfriend, demanding girlfriend, everything.
Yeah, if you 100% with yourself, that's all that matters. Because ain't nobody else gonna be 100 with you but you. And then once you start seeing, oh, I'm 100% with myself, this is how I am, this is where I need to go in my life, then that's when people start gravitating towards you. But just because they gravitate towards you does not mean...
The only way that people start talking about you is if you start saying crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
People start talking about you when either one or two things. Either you doing something right, or you doing something wrong.
No. I'm talking about like when you're constantly saying, "My kids are my life.
Yeah.
Kids are my life." You know, when you constantly saying that, or just constantly making statements like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I make sure I put gas in my car. Okay.
All right, bro.
I go to work every day, and I make sure I put gas in my car.
Okay. That's how I react to it. I'm like, all right, bro, that's cool. But no, if people start talking about you, either you doing something right. Usually, it's you doing something right, or you doing something they not doing.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not doing,
you have to understand that people is not going to agree with your lifestyle.
If you on the same level with people, everything cool. As soon as you get a one up on anybody, you ain't nothing no more.
You different,
and they don't like
you
it.
change,
and that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing that we have embedded in us now that we need to unlearn. But that's what it is, because it's like crabs, not the disease, the animal.
The animal.
The animal, yeah.
What animal?
Crabs. Crabs. You looking at me like you don't know what a crab is.
I know what a crab is.
So crabs are so selfish.
Right. I don't think crabs are considered an animal.
Yeah, they're a crustacean. They're living. What do you mean? Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Would you call a fish an animal?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's an animal. Is a deer an animal?
Okay, you know what? Yes.
Why?
Because it's a deer. It's not. It doesn't come from the
deer. Okay.
It doesn't come from the sea.
It's an animal. It's an all of these are
you know
animals.
what? We
whales are animals.
We're gonna talk about that on the next segment, man.
Yeah.
The next episode, I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, crabs are so selfish that if they're trying to get out of a bucket, instead of them being smart and letting one get out and then them getting pulled out like humans would,
right?
They'll just climb over the other one, and then all of them fall back down. That's how people are.
Right.
Instead of saying, okay, it's easier if we do it this way and we can all get out. Instead of doing it that way, we just gonna crawl on top of each other until, oh, he's doing great now. Let's go up there and get him down. That's what we do now. And I don't like it at all. Do you hear me, people? I don't like it. Stop it. Stop doing that.
Same way when you vote.
Stop.
I'm trying to vote
Stop
putting
the needs of the few above the needs of the many. No, stop doing that. Like, who cares if you don't like cheese on your pizza? That's cool for you. But don't be that one person who goes, I don't like cheese on my pizza and I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. Now we feel bad because you are unincluding yourself. Don't do that. Don't be that person. That's just chaos for no reason. I mean, but
people is gonna be people, man.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. People gonna be people. That's what happens.
I'm not perfect either, but you know what I'm saying? I try to
I'll call myself out quickly and then get on you.
Yeah, I try to check myself, you know what I'm saying?
I will. They'll be like, man, you fat, bro. Look, I know I should have went 3 miles instead of just doing 2.5. I could have went. Now that I'm out of the way, so are you. And then I'll get on you. I call myself out first because look, I know me. That's cool. But look, and I'll agree with you, and then you don't know what to do. You just be like, man, you got big old feet. Yeah, you're right, size 12, but when you gotta get 13s when you get Jordans. What? Huh? Then they get confused because they're not used to that. They used to automatically being combative. They don't know what to do. Like, we was at work today. Somebody was like, "Oh, you gonna be on the washers all year?" He was like, "All right, bro, no problem." Wait, you wasn't supposed to say that. Oh no, it's no problem. I can do that. That's easy. That's all I gotta do. Is that okay? Cool. Oh no, you was supposed to be mad. For what?
I think people just say stuff just to get a reaction.
Which he was just playing, but still, when he said it, as soon as he answered back and he wasn't upset, he was like, "Wait, huh? What?" And then he was like, "Okay." So then he went to go mess with somebody else. He was like, "Hey, you gonna be on the washers?" No, I'm not. Wait, okay, hold on. What? He wasn't upset at all. You just said no, and then that was the end of the conversation. When you shut it off quickly, that's it. You discombobulate it.
Yeah, you cut the cord immediately.
It's great. It feels great because then when you sit there and you look at them being confused in what you're assured in, it's great. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it reminds me of which we should write that down too.
Go ahead.
We're going to talk about how to handle things.
Yeah, that goes with my
how to handle things, how to handle certain things, how to respond to different scenarios and things like that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that is, man, it's just that is everywhere right now. It's just like bullying. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
We talk about bullying. You know, you tell somebody something, their reaction is gonna go bananas.
Is cyberbullying a thing?
Cyberbullying is a thing.
I'm starting to believe it is, but
it goes back to what we talked about earlier: social media versus reality.
I used to not think it was a thing because I was just like, you don't have to get on it.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
you know, it's so many things that we can talk about.
It is a thing, but it's not a thing because once it's on the internet, it's out there forever. Even if you see it or not.
But look, let me tell you something. We talked about social media versus reality.
We did.
Okay, so we have these kids. They on social media. They posting things that they feel like, you know, it's gonna give them a validation of being cool and this and that. Okay,
and then they get bullied.
And then they get bullied. So they get bullied. They get affected because they living in a social media world. They're not living in a reality world. So if we take social media away and we living in reality only, and then someone say something to you and say, hey, you know, a bully comes to you and, you know, and say something, you're ugly. You know, I didn't seen scenarios of kids, you know, just constantly, you know, bullying kids, you know, say their other peers or whatever, and they kill themselves because they say, oh man, he was calling me ugly, and you know, so she killed herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So either way, you can get bullied in a reality world or in a social media world.
You can.
So it gotta be a thing.
I used to think that it was easier to get away from cyberbullying, but because you can close the app. It's a lot harder.
But it's still out there.
It's still out there. But my thing is, it's a lot harder to get away from bullying in reality because you can't close that.
Yeah,
because that's there. It's real. But
but you have to understand that when you get bullied, you know, being called out your name in reality, you know, and they doing it in front of all your peers, then it's gonna stick. It's gonna
the cyberbullying goes from being cyberbullying to real world bullying.
Yeah, it can cross over.
Yeah.
It can cross over.
But my thing is, a lot of cyberbullying, especially now, it used to not be this, but especially now, a lot of cyberbullying doesn't cross over because those kids who are going along with the cyberbullying are your so-called friends in reality. The ones who would never think about saying the things that they're saying on the cyber world.
Right.
Which is why I used to think, oh, cyberbullying is not that big of a deal because you can just close the app or you can delete the app and that's it, because they're not going to come up to you in reality and say it. That's why they chose to say it there. But then they started coming out and saying, doing the crossover, saying, oh, well, we going to do this when we get to school, we going to do so and so and so and so. That's where the problem is. Whenever cyberbullying is a thing, the people who are supposed to be watching and moderating that don't do that. And then it crosses over into reality. And the only time that we ever do anything about it is after it's too late. So that goes back to all of this stuff. Before it even gets to this, we should stop it here. Like, I'm live on this social media right here. Someone said something that I didn't even know they were in this group, right? Name didn't pop up or anything. Clearly they said something because it says their name and it says has been banned for inappropriate behavior.
Okay.
That's moderation. Oh, you said something. We not fit. Nope. You gone. But that should be happening everywhere. if I post a picture of me and my significant other, and then you get on my stuff and say, "Oh, this how I feel about that," you can say whatever you want to. That's cool. But since this is my stuff, I can take that off of there. Or whoever can take that off. People take it off.
Or flag it or whatever.
Yeah. Or hide it or whatever it needs to be done. But we don't do that.
Right.
We'll read the comment and leave it so that others can read it and they can make their comments on that. And then it gets worse and worse and worse. And then it may be something from your picture that ends up hurting someone else's life because of the comment section.
Yeah.
And you don't know anything about it. It started because I don't like that you wearing blue and green at the same time. That comment goes into all these different replies, and 45,000 replies later, this one person is crying out for help because of something, because they feel connected to whatever was going on, and you don't even see it. But we don't take the time out. People tell them all the time, don't read the comments. If you don't read the comments, it ain't gonna hurt you. It's not only about hurting you. It's about hurting them too, the people who are in the comments. But we don't look at it. Like I said, we look at the few and not the many. If you stop it where it starts, you don't have to worry about it. But that's something else. But on that note, yeah,
I think we kept it a buck.
Yeah, we could. Wow, man.
But look,
about $1.50 on this one.
we are going to continue to talk about,
the tough subjects.
This subject that we just was talking about just now.
Oh yeah.
Because I have something to say on that also. But yeah, it's just the way it is.
Yeah, man. How you feel about this background music I done picked? You like
I think
it?
it's cool. Yeah. I think it gives you a.
We're just sitting out at the park having a conversation vibe.
Just
good vibes.
Yeah.
You hear the little bird?
Yeah, I thought it was outside.
I did too. The first time I played it, I was like, there's a random bird.
Hearing a bird out there.
Yeah. I was like, man, it's dark outside. Why is there a bird?
Yeah, I think it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna start looking up some more ones so it doesn't sound just repetitive, or not. It's not repetitive. Like different episodes, different songs.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like every one of them we're talking about the exact same thing because
Right.
the background music is the same. But on that note, this has been the Keep It a Buck podcast, episode 16. If you keep it a buck, we'll keep it a buck. Make sure you keep your reality.
Make sure you hit that like button.
Hit the like, subscribe, comment. Say whatever.
If you don't like me, please tell me.
I'm glad we talked about that. So on Apple Podcasts, it's hard for people to do the comments after they've commented one time. They have to go in and do it again and all that other whatever. We post this on Spotify, Anchor, Spreaker, YouTube. The easiest place to be able to send your comments and subscribe and like and be able to share it is on YouTube. You get on YouTube, just type in Keep It a Buck podcast, and it should be one of the first ones that pops up. And once you get on there, make sure you're actually signed in to YouTube, and then you can make as many comments as you want. You can like it, subscribe it, share it to many different platforms. That way it gets all of this out so that people can actually hear it, and we can actually see your comments without you having to go through the hassle of deleting an old comment to make a new one. So somebody did say something about that, and I wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, I want to make sure that people be able to get to it.
Oh yeah. More marketing is on the way. I'm working on a website.
Okay. That sounds good.
That way everything will just be a one-stop shop. You'll do everything on there.
Get everything done. And then I can't wait till we finish this season.
This season's gonna be great.
because I'm excited for the next season
So
and start
we've
having
got
our guests.
Four more episodes before the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
Season. I already know what we're gonna do. Season 1.
We just know it's gonna be something big.
It's gonna be great.
Now, what you was about to say?
Season 1. Season 1, episode 1. I already know what I want to do. I'm gonna discuss it with you, but I already know.
Yeah, but what you say? You was about to say something before.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, that was it. Okay,
Yeah, that was it.
All right. So on that note, once again, keep it a buck.
Always remember to keep it a buck.